Hi guys, Retro Tech Ralph here. The Atari 7800. I have never had one of these growing up as a kid. It's never been on the radar to actually buy until it came up on auction. I think this was £5 it was in auction. No guarantee it's going to work because there's no power supply. Now, I watched a video, it was quite a while ago. This is well after I actually bought this. I bought this thing late last year. And I've just been sat on it doing absolutely nothing, kind of couldn't know what to do with it. Mark Fixer stuff. Yeah, he repaired certain bits, did a few upgrades and whatever else. That's really, really great. I mean, the one part I was going to think of, so I was talking to Control Alt Reese, yeah, dropping all names, they're all good friends anyway. There's a way around getting a power supply to this, because I think it's only a 9-volt power supply, but the end of it is kind of very different. Now I'll show you that now. There's a little dint on there. There's like I said, no guarantee this is going to work. So I'll take you around it. It's a PAL one. The power supply is like this, and I'm sure I had something like this. And I think Reese said something about there's a couple of Molex connectors you could get, or there's something that you could push onto both of those. And I thought maybe I could make something. I mean, if it's not 3D printed, which I haven't got a 3D printer, maybe I could do something with either take that out and put a socket in there to use a standard Atari, or use a nowadays version like Mark Fixer stuff did. But then it's been sat in here for quite a while. So then eBay did its usual thing, and then actually before I go to that, this is the remote control for my camera. There are two. This will fit on a different camera than what I've actually done. Go there. It looks like a USB mini on there, but it's not. There are a lot more connections inside the same shape, but it is not a mini. But these pins here, I thought I was positive I could use this, maybe trim it down a little bit, and then use that itself for one. But like I say, eBay came around with an actual Atari proper socketed. Yeah, it's kind of like two little. I'm sure I've seen these connections before somewhere. They're like little forks inside it, so they'll just nip onto whatever the actual pin is. But this will only go one way because it's got a tab at the bottom. So hopefully, I've never actually tried this. I bought these, didn't try. Yeah, it fits in. Now, again, like I said, there's no guarantee this is going to work. And with eBay being, don't need that anymore, eBay being eBay, I decided over the months to start getting stuff, just in case it works. So I've bought myself Choplifter, and I think inside here, because I've already bought myself, this is kind of a lot of investment just for in case it doesn't work. The manual for it, which looks quite funky anyway, and the Asteroids, which I'm sure is the built-in game. I'm not certain, but it could be. Or I could be completely wrong, and I don't know. So, again, bought some control pads. Again, bargains, absolute bargains. A couple of quid each. These are absolutely almost mint, but they are, I don't know if these are the ones that you play, and they are obviously a direct rip-off from the Nintendo, but I don't know if these are any good or not. Again, untested, but we'll strip one of these down and have a look. Now, let's try. I don't think the power button is an in, down, and then back out again button. I think they're all just push buttons. So I want to get this rigged up and see if that little light on there will work. So give me a second to tidy up and see what I can do. Now, powered in, cable in for the RF, joystick in as well. It didn't feel bad at all, and these silvers are absolutely pretty good on both of these. So let me see about whether or not the power supply is going to blow this up. I'd rather record if there's a power surge blowing this up, and then it looks funny, to be honest. But power on. Okay, nothing's gone bang yet. So the power button on here goes as, and I've got the TV already on the RF, on the old, I think it's 36 channel, I think it is. Oh, we have light. We actually have Asteroids as well. Okay, that's on the screen. So that does actually work. Oh, now I've got it mute because anything and everything. That's the picture. Oh, hello. Let me me set you up so you can see this, because the picture isn't really that good. Now, we're on the bench. It's kind of, there's a lot of lines on here. I know this is probably a good opportunity to put an RF mod in there. The noises are shocking. I mean, I love asteroids, but this is... Let me see if I can show you what I mean on... Mute! There you go. That's better. Now we can... The screen... Let me have a look there. Can you see? There's a ghosting at the back of them. It's very... I wouldn't say pixelated. I'd say it's very lined. I'm not sure if that's... It must be meant to be that. I mean, you've got up here the score... Let me have a whittle of the cable a little bit. Yeah. There's a good possibility that the RF modulator isn't actually working properly anyway. But that's quite a result. It actually works without even trying anything. So, alright, let's have a look inside and see what's what before we even attempt modding on or doing anything to this whatsoever, I think. Now, I just wanted to try one thing before we get into this. We know the inbuilt game works. I was surprised when I figured out that there was actually an inbuilt game. Choplifter. They are exactly the same size as a 2600 cartridge. I don't think they're... I'm not sure if oh, I've got a hair in there. Lovely. That one's cleaning out. But they are exactly the same. It's strange how they didn't do the same with the 5200. So, I don't know, a bit weird. So, cartridge in, power on, the screen. Oh, right, that's not working right either. Okay, that doesn't seem to want to work. Have I done something wrong? It's just gone black. Off. That's the problem with these. They don't do anything. Oh, it's somebody else's hairs. Ah, there we go. Choplifter, 1982, copyright 1987. What? Implementation? Oh, there's a chopper. Okay, so it does work, just need a blow, the old-fashioned blow down the cartridge thing. I've not tried one of these with a the 2600s. Let me try Pac-Man. It does fit. Music, mute off. Is that mute off? Yes, no, it's mute on. Aha, there we go. So there's Pac-Man. Does work perfectly fine. Need a modern television in here, I think, on some levels. So it does actually perfectly work. Apart from that needing a bit of clean, that's probably all. I mean, it's a shame that they do these right in the middle. There is where the screw holding the thing together is. I don't know who P was, no idea. But same on the 2600, there's a screw right there holding the cartridge together. So you need to destroy the label to get inside it, which is a bit of a shame. Now, Teardown. Everything is very much exactly the same as the old Ataris, except this cable is an absolute nightmare to get out. Oh, there we go. You just grip onto it, either that or it's very good. Stripping down, right, well, looks like I've got 5 screws. I didn't show you the front, did I? There's like difficulties switches on the front, as well as select and reset, pause. It is a little bit grubby, this. It could do with a bit of a clean down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws it looks like. That's like the injection moulded part. I don't want to break into that. Another screw, the heat sink, something under there, and 4 feet. So I'm going to get cleaned up a little bit, and we're going to get inside and have a look at what this looks like. 5 screws are out. Let's have a look. I'm going to turn this over because it looks like it feels like it comes off this way. Okay. There's weird sort of gouge across there, but it's not really a gouge, that's production fault that. Each one of these buttons look like they press on two very big buttons on here. I mean, look at the size of those. They all seem to click okay. LED, desperate for a mod, but I'm not going to bother. I'm going to keep it as it is at the moment. Now, RF mod, where are you? You're underneath there. So we need to bend all of these little tabs back. Capacitor for the power supply, I could do. Hello, hold on. Right, it looks sticky around there, so I'm guessing this capacitor is starting to give up. It's very strange how everything looks a bit not straight. I mean, I could do something, but it looks like these resistors have been put in after they've been put in place. Strange. Everything looks neat on the bottom. So unless the person who did this one is quite OCD, or was back in the 80s, and one appear thought, nah, quick, get it out. But that's definitely on its way out, that capacitor. It's not doming, it's not whatever, and it's a 2200, 16 volt. So that's easy replaceable. It does feel loose for some reason, I think. But it does need replacing. So give me a minute, because all these need twisting back. It's not interesting to watch. Just a piece of metal that comes up and twists round, and then this top casing will come off. What a nightmare. Right, all these little tabs, there's loads around. There's two inside there. And once they're all straight, you can take off the top section. I didn't realise this before, but the entire board will come out from the plastic. So what I'm going to do is, it's actually not, it's not clean, but it will need a clean. So I'm going to take both halves and clean them as best I can in the sink. So leaves us with a heat shield, which could do with another clean. Don't know what that were, it fell out of where this section was here. It's like an old label. Yeah. Can I take the rear one? See, these are so impossible to keep straight. If you can get them all, these tabs bent straight, then it will all go back in easier later. But other than that, it's an absolute pain in the bum. So let me have a quick look at here for you. Right, we've got here the full... They use hot glue quite a lot, but it's strange how hot glue back then kind of breaks, doesn't... The rubber has turned back to plastic. So, there we have RF modulator in the top corner here. We've got the cartridge slot, a voltage regulator bolted to the heatsink, power supply, which can easily be done, but look at the... I'm not even sure if this is corrosion or not from the capacitor. I don't think it is. I think it's just pure grime. Unless it's over the top. Yeah, what do you call this stuff? Flux. But either way, this wants a damn good cleaning. As for the rest of it, chip. Yeah, you've got over here, you've got a nice socketed chip for no reason. I've got a mod over here on this one. Yeah. There's no chips I actually recognise on this. I mean, possibly those two, maybe memory, because they're the same. 16 ALP chip, don't know. If you know better than I do, please put in the comments. I do enjoy reading them because I haven't got a clue. I just like to fix these and see them all fully working and backed as this should be. Oh, can I get the bottom off? Oh, ouch. I think that might be... No, I thought we might be soldered in place there. Let me straighten all the tabs out, then we can have a look at the bottom of this motherboard and see if there's anything hidden underneath there. Bottom case off. There's still a little bit out, but I'm sure I can work on that if it goes back on. You don't really need one of these, because if you're not going to do an RF, then it doesn't really matter so much. You've got, again... See, it looks like flux been on this, so I'm guessing possibly that this capacitor underneath here has been either replaced or it's just absolutely disgusting. I mean, power supply's in the corner there, so sectioning that off with a bit of earthing. Negative power. Joystick ports at the front. Still, again, looking a bit over the top with flux and not cleaned off properly. We have two resistors right there, just off centre to the left of the board, which is kind of strange. So whether or not this has been modded or something on the production line. I don't know. I want to see if I can get the plastic cover off from here, and I don't know whether I can. Yeah, no, yeah. I don't want to break these tabs either. It looks like you could get them off, but I've got a funny feeling those tabs there are just there to hold this in place while you solder all these pins in, and I don't want to take that out. I was hoping it would come off. Is it possible to come off? What am I missing? I'm about to break it. Maybe this section here is... Oh, hello. Hello. This makes things easier. Another 2 screws. Okay, so let's get them out. So these are thinner threads, so the actual original ones holding things together are a lot bigger. Holding the case together, should I say. But all 5 of them are exactly the same. So all being well, nip in, that's better. That makes it a lot easier to clean now. And that goes one way or the other. So it goes that way, it's fine. That way, it's probably, yeah, I'll have to figure out which way around goes. I think it's that way, because some of the cartridges have these slots on them anyway, but I think they go in there. Alright, it's not a problem. Anyway. So that's off, that can be cleaned. Now I'm going to definitely recap this. Oh, hello. What's that behind there? Why is that behind there? Ah, this is just a plastic section that runs in between where the cartridge parts are anyway, so I can't really pull that out. But I don't really want to do anything with it, so it'll stay just there, just rattling around. The RF mod box looks weird. There's no lid to take the top off. And whether or not it's a good idea to actually do that and faff around. I know it needs something doing to this. But whether or not it's okay doing that and taking that off. Because it looks like it's... You either desolder the earth part on here, or you desolder all these parts and the whole lot comes off. I think it's probably going to be that. These ones here. And then the box will... desolder. There's parts underneath here. I don't know. I don't know if it's just into the 4 here and then out with one socket for RF or not. But it is a mod for the future. I'm not fully bothered about that mod. It's not going to happen today. So at the minute, it's a strip down, it's a clean, and it's a time for the isopropanol and the yeah, soapy water, I think. Now, after a lot of isopropanol, it's both sides with this, but actually caked in flux or crap or whatever. But I'd squirt, so I've got squeegee one, squirt a lot of isopropanol. The bottom corner was just dripping brown, so that's all cleaned off. It's pretty much better than what it was, and it's nowhere near sticky. Top side, bottom side, both exactly the same. A lot of them came out of certain bits. What I need to do on this to make sure this is properly right is replace 3 capacitors. Luckily, number 1 is a 220, 16 volts. That's a 2200 by 16 volts, and that's a 20. That's 22. Yeah, these two are exactly the same. 2220, shall I say? And that's a 2200. But I'm still worried about that. It feels like it's rattling. Not like me, obviously, but that does need to come out. It's loose on this side here, on the positive, so I'm guessing it's... Ah, I've noticed something. How this worked, I don't know. Right, you can see the capacitor there, you can see the solder underneath it. That's dry and come off. So I'm not sure if that's an issue with it coming off from the board, or the board actually coming off from itself. But either way, I'm going to replace that. Everything else looks fine. It did work. So at the minute, out with the soldering iron. Does look a lot better. It doesn't smell as bad as what it did. But these 3 have to be replaced no matter what. So, soldering iron, time to play, and get on with it. recapping done. Yeah, it's only 1, 2, 3, but I had a problem with this one. I think this capacitor has been leaking, or something wasn't well at all with it, because the actual underside of this, I couldn't get soldered into that corner there because it's not connected anymore. There we go, middle of the screen. That one's fine, that one just didn't. It's completely gone, but that actually is only a trace that goes from the bottom to the top anyway and connects onto almost, it's this first resistor here. So I've managed to use the actual top circuit board as everything, so it should work perfectly fine. So it's a little bit of a bodge. It's pretty much solid in there. It's not rattling like that one were. Yes, different capacitors, different ages, different sizes. So all being well, nice and clean. Decent power regulator going into it. That might have been his problem, although I still can't get into here. I might consider desoldering this just to see if I can get inside it. It might just be a case of desoldering these two bits here. I'm just curious why it's such a crap signal coming out of this. Or is it just dirty? Okay, next phase. Okay, done and done. I was going to take the modulator off, but it's not worth it at this time. I don't have a spare RF upgrade kit for it anyway. So I'll do that at a later date when and if I can actually be, well, I wasn't going to be bothered because the picture is still on the screen. I'll prove that now. We've got turning it on, power's on, asteroids is up. Unless I've just got a thing with recording asteroid stuff. It does go through the 2 players, competition play, team play. Let's go for expert. We're going to move on away straight away. Oh, no. There they come. So it is kind of working perfectly fine. So we've gone through the box, the case. The case is fine, it was just a little bit dirty. So all we need to do now is put things back together again how they were, which is easy enough anyway, I think anyway. So let's get on with that now. Now then, parts are plenty all over the desk, and if you can hear the rain outside, yes, it is quite heavy. So let's go in with the base, nice and clean now. Kept the labels on for a change, which is good for me. Should I put that one in first and then put the board? Yeah, I just put that one in the right way around. There is one way, I'm certain it's where the little cutouts are at the bottom anyway, so let's stick you in there. It may be a better idea putting that on first. Is it wide enough for that? Wider than that? Ah, dumbass. Right, because it doesn't fit in this, it's on that line there. Okay, so cut out there. Just fits in all the other slots, and if I did that right, it should all just drop in. A little bit of bending. 1 or 2, 3. There we go. So that's now back in place, sort of. Top shielding. I know it's not really necessary to put these on, and I will put this actually on, but I'm not bending the tabs over because, like I said, we want to do the composite mod for this, but I'll put everything so it's in place. It's always going to be upright anyway, so there's no chance of me doing anything bad with this. The problem is these 2 pins, pegs, whatever's down there is a slight issue because I can't really see where they are. Ah, they're a lot further back. So tweezers in if we can. Oh, that is a right pain backside to do. Can't really bend anything else round to try and get those on. So they are just in the wrong place completely. They want to be forward a bit. Yeah, that's what bent that one really back. So maybe put the 2 back ones in first. Nice and awkward little job for me. I'll be enjoying this. I'm really struggling here. Can't get this done. And the rain's eventually stopped. Right, I'm going to pause there and go back and yeah, jump cut this. Hang on. You know, I really wish I'd not done that. Simple reason, it actually just all dropped into place. So I'm going to bend over one or two, I think. Bend the front one over there. It's going the opposite way, or I'm going to go bend inwards. It doesn't really matter. Just to hold the case down. I might have 3. Bottom and 3 corners. Yeah, it just seemed to drop in place very quickly then, with the camera turned off. But that's fine. Right, so we put in the front. So this horrible old green mat. There's better. It's lovely. That kind of just fits very snugly into there. I wonder if that's in the right place. I don't know. It looks like it is. It's just a bit snug on this corner here. It's a bit better. So there, done, happy. Sorted, turn it over. All 3 screws. I'm using with a screwdriver. One I got a while ago. Set torque on it to 1 because I don't want to damage out. Seems to be going in quite nicely. See, when I screw things, I'll screw them in, but I'll not grip the screwdriver hard. So it'll twist my wrist around a little bit, or in setting 1, just then when we did it, we went and stopped. That's a torque setting. That bit wasn't, that was me playing around. So, Atari 7800 done. Now what I was going to do anyway is strip these 2 down, so put that to one side for a second, and this will be a really quick part anyway. This will just be a jump in and out. Let's have a look at what's inside these 2 joypads. And open they come. 4 screws, sorry, 6 screws, take off the back, and all you've got is 2 little circuit boards with these little plungers. They still have those sort of things on gadgets nowadays anyway, so it's not like it's out of date tech. We still have stuff like that. I'm going to hold that in place, I don't want it to fall out, and this should, okay, hold on, that's fighting me, there we go, same again. Just the magnetic rubber parts there, and that's it. Nothing much to write home about, to be honest. So the other one's just completely fell to pieces. I did have 1 screw that I've unfortunately lost the head's just screwed up and on, and I've kind of rounded the head. Didn't really work. So, done, sorted. And that's in pieces, but I'll put that together in a few minutes. So there we go, there's the Atari 7800, stripped down, clean out, done, sorted, happy, and all working perfect, ready for upgrades, shall we say. We can get on with them another time. So that's the case. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, follow me on social media. I'm on Discord, I'm on YouTube for if you want to help out, as well as Patreon. All the links in the description below, as well as the channel link. So yeah, give me a shout, give me a donation if you like. Just get in touch, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.